Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked. Today I'm doing the discussion over Monikers. This is a party game that I came across in my local game store because they had it kind of out on display, and I was like, oh, what's this game about? And kind of just randomly was just weirdly playing it in the game store, and then proceeded to buy everything that they had at the store because this is a wonderful party game. This is like the epitome of a party, like kind of like drinking or just like family, whatever type of party that you're having. Monikers, I think, could completely succeed at because it has like this air of silliness without kind of making you do silly things just for the sake of being silly. Also, it could fit a wide range of like players, whether you want to be completely family friendly or you want to be raunchy, because this game is extremely group dependent. And every single time I've played this, I have had a fantastic time. And there's kind of tons of different ways to play it. One of the ways that I've done it is kind of like if you just have like one other person, is you just kind of hand out an arbitrary amount of cards, and then you're just like going back and forth, just trying to see, kind of like do a beat your own score. Yeah, that's not the way that it's actually supposed to be played, but there is kind of a co-op element. The way Monikers is played, don't know why I was putting this out, is it is team-based, and what you're doing is, depending on the number of players, everyone is dealt a certain number of cards. And let's just say it's a 3-player game, and you're dealt 14 cards. But you keep 8 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just say these are the 8 that I kept. There are 3 rounds in the whole game. And the first round is what you're trying to do is on these cards are is like a word or a saying or something on it. Like I have Oscar the Grouch, the Fainting Goat, David Bowie in Labyrinth, Rick Rolling, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. So a bunch of just, random stuff. And in the first round, you are doing everything in your power to get your teammate to say what's on the card without actually saying it on the card. So if I wanted to try and get people to guess Oscar the Grouch, I'd say he could be the nasty little green guy that lives in a trash can on Sesame Street. Okay, I think that's him, right? Yes. I was like, is that his name? And, okay, Oscar the Grouch, boom. And you keep going, and it's very free form, like there's not like one guess allowed. But anyway, so you go through your cards, and once you're done, you take all the cards that succeeded, and once everyone has done this, you go to round 2. And round 2 is where you can now only use one word to describe your card. So what's really neat about it is you as a group will come up with your own moniker to every card. So depending on how well I describe something, like I could say garbage, and that could be, oh, okay, Oscar the Grouch. And that is just how it's going to work for your specific group, depending on how you describe the card and how they took it. And you do that for every single card. You can only give one word to describe it. And some of them get really difficult. Some of them in this one box alone, which I don't even know how many cards there are in the original, or in like the whole box. I don't even think it says. Maybe it does say somewhere. Nope, doesn't. But here's how many. There's a ton. Anyway, so that's garbage. Oh, Oscar the Grouch. Boom, go to the next one. Whatever the Mormon Tabernacle Choir is. I could say freaks or religion or singing or whatever it might be. Then you go through those cards that succeeded, removing any that don't. Then you go to the third round where you have to do charades. And this is what I'm talking about whenever it comes to the game is silly, but it's not, oh, hop on one leg and shake your pants silly. It's all in relation to the card that you're given. How I would do Oscar the Grouch, I have no idea at all. Because I don't even remember if I ever watched Sesame Street growing up. How I would do the Care Bear stare. How I would do Carl Sagan. And these are all have a point value at the bottom. But that's where the fun of this game comes in. That's why this game, every time I've played it, everyone is just cracking up, having a great time. And this is all sober, by the way. Like, every time I've played this, I've been sober. So it feels like it's also the perfect drinking game. But then you go through your cards. Then every card that you've made, you just add up the points. Every team does that. Whoever has the higher point wins. And yeah, that's just 8 cards that, and what they also have, this is, a Karen nickname and meme used to describe an entitled woman, because what's also cool is on each one of these cards has a paragraph. So literally the first round, you could just read out the entire thing. But they, that's funny. They also have, at the bottom, a little orange. I don't know why they have an orange, but that means it's a, not safe for work card. Because this one is called perineum sunning, the activity of exposing the region between your anus and genitals to the strong daylight. What's really funny about this is in college, in my oral communications class, I did a presentation on, perineum sunning, just to see if how many people would believe it's a real thing. It is a real thing, but there's no basis behind it at all. But yeah, perineum sunning. They have Anne Frank. They have the Zodiac Killer, a basic bitch. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Thomas Kincaid, Molotov Cocktail, and not all of them are grotesque, but a prepper, a cop who is actually a stripper, a drone, Caligula, Roman emperor known for his cruelty, extravagance, and sexual perversity. And those were all the ones that were in this hand alone. But, like I said, this can range from families all the way to whoever, because all you do is just remove those cards. This is just an absolute blast of a game to play. Like, you have... And my favorite types of party games are the ones that are reusable. Like within the same group, the fact that how I would describe Oscar the Grouch is different than how someone else would describe that same thing. What word I'd use to get people to say, to try and guess Oscar the Grouch, is going to be different than what other people would use. How I would charades Oscar the Grouch is going to be different than how everyone else would do it. And that is why, this box alone has legs on it. And you just have so much freedom in how you want to play it. Like, this is such a fun game. They do have a co-op mode. The way you're supposed to play it is team-based or competitive. But if you don't want to be competitive, or you just have a small group, you can play co-op. And essentially, is you do the same thing. You set up, everyone gets there, again, playing with 3 people. Everyone's dealt 14, and you choose 8. Then you just kind of shuffle the deck together, and you have a minute per card to get through all 3 rounds. And that's it. There's no score or anything. You could just add them up and do a beat your own score kind of thing. And at first I was thinking, oh, co-op, that's going to be kind of weird, because the first round, as soon as someone starts, because you shuffle everyone's cards together, as soon as, let's say, one of the cards I chose was Thomas Kincaid. And as soon as someone starts to describe it, because that's the card I chose, I'm immediately going to get it. But, and I was a little bit like, oh, that's kind of lame. I immediately know without any semblance of me having to describe it. But that really only worked for the first round. Because then as the second round, it becomes a lot more restrictive. You're not, even if someone is saying something about Thomas Kincaid in that case, if I get it, then I only have one word to give, and they have no idea. If someone else gets it, they now have to give one word, and I'm like, oh, I don't even remember what Thomas Kincaid was about in that particular instance. And then charades. So the co-op works better in like the second and third round. Another way you can do the co-op variant, which is not how they describe it, but how I've done it, is you do the same thing, everyone gets 14 and then 8, but you just don't shuffle the cards together. It's like, okay, here's the 8 I chose, I'm trying to get both my players, my teammates, to guess it. And then you just kind of go through, it's like, oh, they didn't get it, okay, that card's gone. And again, do a beat your own score. This game is such a pleasant surprise, and I think from what I've heard, this is actually very reminiscent of another Party-esque game that I am totally drawing a blank on what I was told it was basically like. But either way, this game has so much content just in this box alone, and as far as I'm aware, there are 3 other boxes of stuff, of cards. Like, there's this many in this one, and then all of this that doesn't even really come with new ways to play. Like, it just says, here you go. So in this, actually, these cards, I forgot, these did come with different ways to play. But they are called variants. 4th round, co-op mode. What were these called? Because now that I'm opening it up, I remember looking at these. In the first round, what are these? It's the first round, but put a cheek retractor in your mouth. Oh, okay, so this does start making you actually act stupid. 2 players alternate saying a single word. Charades, but one other person on your team has to stand behind the clue giver and pose them. So these could just kind of change the way you actually do play the game, just overall, but you don't obviously have to do that. But yeah, now they've just added way more cards. The one thing I hate about this game is that there's literally no storage system for this. These are all just by themselves. But they add Bowsette. Bowsette should be a not safe for work card. Like, the fact that they just have this many cards just it makes this, like, for me, this is almost like a straight up go-to party game. Like 100%. Because there's party games that I have that I wouldn't bring to a party. Because it's like, oh, how many people are going to be there? Okay, are we gonna be drinking? What's the vibe? Is it like a game day, or are we actually just partying? What's the plan? This one, I think it hits no matter what we're doing. Game day, cool, palate cleanser. We're drinking, cool. Monikers will probably be even more hilarious. Actually, just not drinking, and just it's just a holiday get together. Monikers, like. It really is kind of like, in my opinion, one of the best party games that I've played. I don't even know, like, this one is just more Monikers. Literally has the exact same sheet that just adds, a million more cards. Like Marilyn Monroe, America, Queen Elizabeth, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. They range even from, like, some of them just have pictures. Like, actually, funny enough, I just found one, I think. Yeah, whatever the hell this is, but yeah, some of them range from having pictures. This is IKEA. So, it's not just words, and it's also not just titles of things. Some of them are just outright phrases. There's one I wouldn't even be able to find, but is like a massive run-on paragraph to describe. So, yeah. I'm amazed at how long I'm actually talking over this game, because I'm basically just gushing about it. But then classics, yeah, this one is literally, that's the blue screen of death. So, yeah. If you were looking for a party game that will scratch every itch, I think Monikers is definitely it. On a scale of 1 to 10, man, I'm gonna give it a 9. I have a very, very difficult time giving a party game a 10 still. Although this is definitely one of those that, like, I could see myself doing it, but still a party game, like, at the end of the day. So, Monikers gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Let me know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.